Welcome to Sports News. Tobi Omoson has clinched Nigeria's first gold medal at the African Senior Athletics Championships in Asaba, the Delta State capital, as a hurdler won the women's 100 meters hurdles final. The Commonwealth Games champion edged out her closest rival, South Africa's Rikeneti Steenkamp, winning in a time of 12.86 seconds. This makes it the fourth gold medal Omoson has won for Nigeria after her previous success at the 2015 African Junior Championships and African Games in Brazzaville, as well as the 2018 Commonwealth Games in Australia. Meanwhile, Team Nigeria's Chukwuebuka Enekwechi has won the men's shot put event. The Commonwealth silver medalist produced a gold medal performance with a throw of 21.08 meters. Mohamed Khalifa of Egypt came second with a throw of 19.33 meters, while South Africa's Kyle Blinor won the bronze medal with a 19.05 meter throw. Nigeria's Joy Udo Gabriel came third to win her first ever senior individual medal in the women's 100 meters final. As parts have moved to find a lasting solution to the lingering crisis of the Nigeria Football Federation, the NFF Extraordinary General Assembly has handed a 2-week ultimatum to the aggrieved party led by Mr. Chris Giwa to withdraw all pending court cases against the NFF. The NFF Congress also had its meeting held today in Benin City, the Edo State capital, urged the aggrieved parties to file affidavits in court to uphold all football statutes and undertake not only to take any football matter to court. Meanwhile, the NFF Congress has also reviewed the case of the Giwa FC that was expelled from the Nigeria Professional Football League in 2016. The Congress noted that although the matter relating to the issue of the expulsion of the club from the NPFL was eventually decided by the Court of Appeal just in favor of the league, it is willingly, as part of reconciliation, to instate Giwa FC into the 2018 Nigeria National League upon application by the club. And finally, the Egyptian Football Association has confirmed that Javier Aguirre will take charge of the national team of a 4-year deal. The 9-year-old Mexican played for his country at the 1986 World Cup and coached them in 2010. He's looking forward to his first assignment, which is the African Nations Cup qualifier against Niger Republic. He also used the occasion to address the issue of match fixing against him. And that's it on Sports News for tonight. I'm Barung, Tony Ranta, and Melinda will be back with a wrap.
Many thanks, Barung. As Zimbabwe awaits for the results of the elections, the international community has asked for restraint. The UN and the UK both expressed concerns about the violence in which 3 people were killed after troops opened fire. Parliamentary results gave victory to the ruling ZANU-PF party in the first vote since the removal of the former president Robert Mugabe, but the opposition says ZANU-PF rigged the elections. The results of the presidential election has yet to be declared, but the MPDC opposition alliance insists its candidate, Nelson Chimasa, beat the incumbent president, Emerson Mnangagwa.
Following disputed elections, the U.S. Embassy in Harare says it's deeply concerned. In a statement, it issued a warning to its citizens in the country to stay at home. Meanwhile, the United Nations is also calling on the political leaders and population in Zimbabwe to exercise restraint and reject any form of violence.
We'd like to remind the incumbents and political parties of the commitments they made in the Peace Pledge and the Code of Conduct to ensure a peaceful electoral process. We call on the political leaders and the population as a whole to exercise restraint and reject any form of violence while awaiting resolution of the disputes and announcement of the election results.
The Commonwealth Election Observer Mission in Zimbabwe also denounced the excessive use of force against unarmed civilians. The mission's chairperson, Ghana's former president John Mahama, urges Zimbabwe's Electoral Commission to expedite the announcement of full results, as further delay creates opportunity for speculation about possible manipulation.
The progress achieved so far could be undermined if all parties and their supporters do not demonstrate tolerance and respect for the rule of law. The electoral process is yet to conclude, and we are at a moment in Zimbabwean history that calls for the greatest maturity and leadership.
In the meantime, European Union observers say the election had several problems, including media bias, voter intimidation, and mistrust in the Electoral Commission.
Look, it should be important that there will be a traceability of the results. The longer it lasts to count, the more lack of credibility comes up, that something will be forged. Therefore, it's needed that it must be a traceability of the result down to the polling station level, where the party agents signed with all the others. So that's the proof that nothing happened between election day and counting of the elections.
The vote assessment by the EU, which is observing the results for the first time since 2002, is critical in determining whether Zimbabwe can shed its pariah status and return to the international fold, which could help trigger an economic revival. Without the stamp of approval of the international community, Zimbabwe's next leader will struggle to unlock the billions of dollars of international donor finance needed to get the shattered economy back on its feet.
And the main news again. Nobel laureate Professor Wole Soyinka today warned against the continuous violence in Nigeria. He also called for the emergence of a new generation of leaders to save the country. Also today, the search for a solution to insecurity in the country continued as President Muhammadu Buhari met with security chiefs for 3 hours behind closed doors in Abuja. And that's the news at 10 to 9. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Melinda Akimami.